Good morning, friends, on YouTube. Hope everyone's having a very good Friday morning. Y'all won't see this till I think we got it posted on Wednesdays, but it's Friday here. So I figured I'd get y'all a little different angle. We've done a little more up here at the saw house, but I figured I'd get an angle of the saw house that I don't think I've ever got before. Just a point of view from it. Uh, So this is the lower side, um, the log deck area. As you can see, we have got the majority of the weeds off of over here. At one point in time, you couldn't even see this. I should have got a video before we cleaned it, but I didn't. We got in a big kind of way of going and just went with it. It started cleaning off, but as you can see, so you see here's the overall. Usually I'm standing up there looking down this way, but I figured I'd get y'all a little different view today. We found a bar stuck in the ground, and my loader, I tried pulling it straight out of the ground. I thought it might have had like a corkscrew on the end of it or something, because we found a bar right here at the end of the mill. It was kind of bent over a little bit, and I said, well, I'm gonna pull that out of the ground. It didn't pull out of the ground, guys. I kid you not. We hooked the chain to it, and my loader weighs roughly 95 to 100 pound of 10,000, give or take with the weighted wheels and everything. And I had the box blade on it too, and I picked the hole back into the tractor up. Wouldn't budge it. So Hannah, not to be defeated, while I was at work, dug a hole to dig it out. That's how big of a hole she had to dig this thing out. And guys, I ain't got the bar here, but it wasn't but about a 4-foot bar. Not even 4 foot. I don't even think it was 4 foot, but it's just a straight bar. Had a little bit of a like knuckle on the end of it, and it was just in there. I don't know how in the world, but she had to dig a big old hole. Now it's full of water, I guess, where it rained and stuff. Anyway, I just thought that was a funny story because it stood that loader up to try to pull it out of the ground. It wouldn't do it. But I want to explain to you kind of what I want to do, what I'm going to have to do. So as you can see, I've got those rails that are actually part of the log deck. They're old beams from a mobile home we cut and put on there. They're sitting on concrete block. Well, those concrete block are just sitting on right now the floor. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, the floor, you see the block right in there. They're not sitting on anything, so they're just sitting on that 2x12 that the floor is sitting on. And I'm probably going to have to redo some of that floor because when I built this thing, it was just whatever I had, which was a lot of white pine, and that thing's been sitting out in the weather, so it's starting to show some wear. Surprisingly though, guys, I will say this. I see why a lot of your old buildings still standing and wasn't treated. Getting the stuff up off the ground and just keeping it clean does wonders. If you can get this stuff, oops, I had to turn around. If you can get, like I say, this is white pine, and it had for the past year and a half, probably closer to 2 years, but at least a year, has had stuff sitting on it, built up, weeds, you name it. And it's just now showing signs of damage on the boards going across it. Those boards that are going long ways, that are stood up, they're still solid. You can dig into them with a screwdriver or a pocket knife and they're still solid. And they're just rough cut white pine. Anybody that's ever dealt with white pine knows white pine's a really soft, easy to rot wood. But they're up off the ground, and I guess some of the weeds kind of help shelter the water off of them. But if that had a shelter over it, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it would last for years and years just like that, because it's not sitting on it close to the ground. It can get air around it. It ain't going to hold moisture. But it is now. That deck's been on there 4 years now, I guess, in total since I built it, and it's starting to show. but it had stuff sitting on it holding rainwater, because like I said, there's no roof on it. Now right across on the off-bare side is the same style of stuff that is white pine that's been under shelter. Ain't no problems with it, not a bit, not a bit. And it's sitting kind of close to the ground. It's about, what I done is I laid a power pole down. Go back and look at some past videos, you'll see it. It got a little bit wet when I first built it, but I covered it pretty quick considering. So that I got to do a few little things, but it's getting cleaned off. I thought I would do a video. I got the battery charged. I only got one battery. That motor really needs 2 batteries, but I got one. Really should be a good charged one. It's about 40 degrees here today, this morning. I think I'm going to try to start it. See if everything moves, rotates. See if I need to, I'm probably going to have to dig my drag chain out. Right there's the drag chain design that I got. It goes out, pulley on the end, just drapes down through and under the saw. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm not too good with this camera. I'm going to say it's probably hung up. As much stuff has just settled in on top of it, so I'm probably going to have to dig it out. But I may be able to fire it up and get it to spinning and it pull itself out, pull itself loose. The belts are not super tight on that. You don't want them super tight because they got a twist to them. But let's walk up here and see if the old 671 will fire off. This is the first time it would be started in a year and a half, at least a year. I know a year for sure, but I'm gonna say it's about a year and a half. The sun's bright. Boop, boop, boop. Try to get in the shade a little bit. I checked the oil and everything on it the other day. Just double check myself. It could use a little bit, but it's not real low. I'm not going to be running it long term. Now I got to remember what happened to my key. My son took my key. I think he hung it up somewhere. I'm going to set you guys up right over here, and then I'm going to look for my key and hook up my battery, and yeah, we'll go from there. But we kind of got things somewhat cleaned up. I still got a barrel there, a couple barrels sitting around, but as you can see now, this is what's funny. This is poplar boards that I put down here. Now they're only 1 inch, but they're still as thick as those white pine boards. Though it's poplar, now it's sitting pretty close to the ground, but they rotted. You see that? And those are 2 inch thick white pine boards, but guys, they're still solid. Now, like I say, these are starting to show some wear, starting to show some rot. You can see on the surface of them. I would say if I got over in there farther, it would probably be bad. I definitely want to replace that. I want to run concrete block all the way to the floor, all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna dig out and put concrete block stacked up all the way, and that way those have somewhere to actually sit. And I would like to fix those connected together and fix them on a hinge to where I can raise them up and walk down through there. That's what I want to do eventually. But anyway, I'm gonna set you up and see if we can get the battery and stuff hooked up for this thing, and see what we can do. Alright guys, moment of truth. This is a we don't use ether on this motor, never have had to in the past. I hope it starts, but I may need another battery to pull it up, so to pull the fuel up, to get it pumped up. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what she does. Crossing his fingers. Will she do it? She's going to need another battery. Gonna need a number 2. I can tell the way she's spinning. She's not spinning nowhere near fast enough. Yeah, that's what cold does to them. Usually whenever it's hot, good hot weather, and that battery's good and charged, which the battery's been on charge, but the battery might be weak too. But it's looking like we're going to need another battery. So maybe the next video we'll get her started up. I'm not stressing it because really when I get it started, I'd like to let it warm up and actually use it some. So I'm not going to push it on getting started. I know the old girl will start. It's just a matter of getting another good hot battery. Like I say, this particular motor really needs 2. It's a tight engine. It always has been since we got. Like I say, we've never really even had to use ether or nothing like that on it. No starting fluid. She just needs good hot batteries. So maybe the next episode. Keep watching. Might be a surprise on the next one, because now that I know, we'll get there. But that's what I'm going to do with the sawmill as time goes. Like I said earlier, you know, I'm going to replace probably that whole deck assembly there. This is oak boards. I would actually like to replace that and possibly concrete. I definitely would like to concrete a pad for this to sit on. That engine is actually just sitting on the wood planks from this deck over here. Like I say, this deck is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's white pine, guys. It's literally, you can see some of the original old woodworm holes and stuff in it. It's just white pine boards that I had, and you can see how close it is to the ground there, but it's not sitting out in the weather. That ground is in the dry. I mean, it's been covered for a long time. There's no water really gets in there unless a little wind blown rain, which dries pretty quick. So poplar, great for walls, as long as it's up off the ground. White pine, great for floor, so as long as it's up off the ground and in the dry. Everybody's like, oh no, you need to put oak floor. No, I heard that I don't know how many times. Oh, you need a white oak floor down. You need a white oak floor down. That floor's just fine. There's nothing wrong with that floor whatsoever. With a little bit of oil that's been spilt on it from time to time, and you know, just boards. I had boards stacked up there, and they dried right there, and never. It ain't buckled. It ain't twisted. It ain't give. Floor joists are on 16-inch center. They're 2x6 white pine floor joists. I used what I had. So anybody tells you, oh, you got to have this, you got to have that, nah, you just got to know, you just got to cover it. Would the white oak have probably lasted better out in the weather? Probably. But ain't nothing untreated or treated in these days gonna last out in the weather with a bunch of wood stacked on it and dirt and debris and stuff rotting on top of it. Nothing's gonna last doing that. I don't care what it is. If you get it up off the ground and you get it in the dry, in my experience, about anything will last. As long as it was good quality when you put it up there. Now, if you got something that's already starting to rot when you put it up, nah, might not. I'll tell you something even funnier. This chain drag box that's up here that goes outside, all white pine. All white pine. Every bit of it. I had got a whole bunch of it when we was back sawing. Every bit of it's white pine. So, heck, even my carriage is white pine. Because like I say, I had a bunch of it. We sawed a whole lot of it. So the poles in the ground are not, and the walls are covered with poplar boards, but the rafters, those long rafters, they are 16 foot, 2x6 white pine. I've been all over that roof. It's not hurt. The big beams up top, white pine. Yeah, we used a lot of white pine. Oak has its place, guys. Oak definitely has its place. If you are building something that's closer to the ground or that's going to have some ground contact, oak is going to be the way to go. We have an oak barn that my dad has that's been there 20 years, and it's actually had dirt against it for 20 years. It's showing some rot, but it's still holding the dirt back. It's not in the best shape down right there where the dirt's at, but it's still fine. And what's so funny is whenever you look at buildings with oak floor joists, don't get me wrong, they're super strong, but every one of them bow. Every one of them bow. These right here, white pine, any kind of pine really, you're not going to have the bowing like you have with oak. Oak is naturally so heavy, it'll bow itself, just its own weight. It's plenty strong, don't get me wrong. It'll last forever, but it just bows. So anything you put in the dry will last. You take care of it, it'll last. Like I say, I don't know when that floor will ever go, but 4 years now. I'm pretty sure it's 4 years. And it shows, the only signs of wear it shows is it's done wore off the marks, the saw marks on the floor. And those were some of the first boards I sawed on this mill, because we needed wood to build a deck out of. So some of them was sawed on the band mill, but all the decking, floor decking, was sawed on this mill when I first got it set up. I was with the old forward power unit over there, if you want to call it a forward. It's not. Go back and watch those videos too. You'll see what I'm talking about. Some of them old videos are a lot more detailed. But yeah, when I get into tearing this out, I'll try to video some of that, because I'm definitely going to replace a lot of this with new, and I definitely have to get that cut out so that those boards have a better place to sit. So if I don't do nothing else, I'll do that, and then I might have to saw some stuff to get it done. I have some birch on the mill here. It's been sitting here ever since I stopped sawing last. I got some birch and some cedar, so I may saw that old scraggly stuff up and see what it actually looks like whenever we get back up and going. And we got a couple power poles I need to saw up for posts, and then I got some cedars down in the wood line that need sawed up because they've actually failed. So I figure I'll saw them into like just cants, make fence posts out of them. And then I got to start sawing up some stuff for equipment sheds. Maybe I can put some of this wood to good use with equipment sheds. So I got a lot of sawing that's coming in the future, but stick with me. We'll get there, and we'll get back to sawing very soon. Get the old Detroit back up and going in its prime. Working on something that may be coming to the mill as a little bit of a surprise for you guys and for myself too. But stay tuned, you'll see. Anyway, long video, a lot of talking, a lot of BSing. Stick with me, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Watch the videos, put them on runs back in the background, whatever you got to do. But subscribe. That's the biggest thing, is because we're not growing subscribers, which, I mean, you know, I ain't really doing it for money, but it'd be nice to get some more subscribers. It'd be nice to hit that big 1,000 mark. Guys, hint, hint. Spread the word. Anybody likes sawing, stay tuned. Anybody likes cows, keep a lookout for the cow videos. Our bull Prince, check him out. We'll make videos for him time to time. Keep an eye on him. And our twins, if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. I think it's labeled as surprise or something like that. But anyway, see you guys. Check you out on the next one. And stay tuned.